My name is James White, and I'm the president and owner of Performance Consulting Services. My background is from the corporate environment where I work with three major corporations: Xerox, Wang Laboratories, Digital Equipment Corporation. I've had my company now, Performance Consulting Services, for 18 years. And what we do at Performance Consulting Services, we have a wide array of programs that we teach. Right now I'm teaching probably 20 to 30 different programs, and all of those programs deal with people and people dynamics in all types of ways. And one of the things that I really appreciate whenever I'm doing a class is that you realize that this is your session and I'm the facilitator. And so what I want feedback, I want discussion, I want challenge. If there's anything that you see on the screen that you like, take it, run with it. If you can make some contribution in terms of a real life experience based upon anything that we're doing on the screen, we appreciate that. And then last but not least, if there's anything on that screen that you don't like, challenge it. Because my take is this: if I put it up on the screen, I should be able to support it. If I can't support it, I'll take it off and I'll put some of your information up. What we're going to be doing today is covering a topic that's near and dear to my heart, and that's diversity. And what we're looking at is the new diversity for the 21st century. Now, why am I saying new diversity for the 21st century? Because we've been doing diversity for a long time. So what we have reached in terms of conclusion is that one person can make the difference. And so we want to shift the whole notion of diversity from the large group down to the one individual. If you look at Webster, Webster says diversity is a condition of being different or having differences. Now that's a great definition, but what we're trying to say, how do we operationalize that definition? We operationalize it by using this definition. Diversity is the full utilization of all human resource potential. Now think about that. What it says is that everyone in the organization here today brings to the party a great deal of insight, a great deal of knowledge, and a great deal of potential. We then have to create an environment where you feel comfortable enough to share that data, to share that knowledge, and to share that potential. So that's the first part of it. The second part is that we understand and value our differences, because differences are there. And we're saying if you have some differences that can help us to move our organization forward, bring them on. But if your differences that you have today or your uniquenesses that you have today would kind of get in the way, just hold back. Don't get rid of them, just hold back of them, because maybe later on we'll be able to utilize those differences. Two aspects of diversity that I want to talk about today. One would be awareness, and then the other one would be consciousness. And there's a distinct difference between awareness and consciousness. When we look at the model that we have here, there are 26 different components of diversity in that particular model. Now, as I stand here and look at those components, I see that they're there, and I also realize that anyone in this room might possess those particular characteristics. That is awareness, but we're saying awareness is not enough. What we need to be able to do is to move from awareness to consciousness. So when we look at consciousness, all of a sudden I see you, I see your personality, but I also understand after talking with you that you may be an ENFP in the Myers-Briggs model. You may be yellow and green in the whole brain model. So therefore I start to say, oh yes, that's similar to my style, or that is not my style, but it gives me some context that I can use to begin to connect with you effectively. Then if we move to the next component of diversity, we now see the internal dimensions. So before up there we saw race, we saw age, we saw gender, we saw sexual orientation, but as you look up there now, you'll start to see what my age is. And the other thing you might pick up on, I'm dyslexic. Now, why would that be of value to you? That may be of value as we're working on a team. I may not be the person to read the information, but I may be the person who can understand it and the person who can execute it. So we're getting some context as a result of consciousness. Then we take it and move it out to these other areas. And as you can see, as we engage each other, we start to learn more and more about each other. So the quality of the interaction that I have with you and the quality of the interaction that you have with me then allows us to be more meaningful as we're working with each other. So those